Hey, what's up guys? Steve here. And today we're going to take a look at the 50 highest selling 1990s baseball cards from the Fanatics weekly auction that ended on September 1st. And we'll kick things off in the junk wax era at number 50 with this 1990 score Bo Jackson, card number 697. This was a PSA 9 that received 16 bids, and it sold for $62.40. Up next at number 49 is this 1999 Topps Lords of the Diamond die cut Barry Bonds, card number LD9. This die cut was in a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $64.80. Coming in at number 48 is this 1992 front row draft pick gold Derek Jeter, card number 55. This pre-rookie was in a PSA 8 that received 15 bids, and it also sold for $64.80. Make that back-to-back appearances at number 47 with this 1996 Bowman's Best Preview Derek Jeter Atomic Refractor, card number BBP15. This refractor was in a PSA 9 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $67.20. Up next at number 46 is this 1997 Bowman's Best Ken Griffey Jr. International Atomic Refractor, card number BB12. This refractor was in a PSA 8 that received 24 bids, and it sold for just short of $70. Coming in at number 45 is this 1993 SP Foil Manny Ramirez rookie, card number 285. This rookie was in a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for $72 even. Up next at number 44 is this 1995 Fleer Team Leaders featuring Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy Johnson with card number 12. This was a PSA 9 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $74.40. Coming in at number 43 is this 1990 Baseball Card Boom Ken Griffey Jr., card number 5. This was a PSA 10 that received 10 bids, and it also sold for $74.40. Up next at number 42 is this 1998 Ultra Diamond Immortals die cut Derek Jeter, card number 10. This die cut that was ungraded but authenticated by NBA received 9 bids, and it sold for $76.80. Coming in at number 41 is this 1998 Finest Ken Griffey Jr. Refractor, card number 100. This refractor was in a PSA 9 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $79.20. Make that back-to-back appearances for the kid at number 40 with this 1997 Topps Interleague Matchups Refractor featuring Dante Bichette and Ken Griffey Jr. This was a PSA 10 that received 10 bids, and it also sold for just short of $80. Up next at number 39 is this 1995 Select Certified Gold Team Kirby Puckett, card number 11. This was a PSA 10 that received 20 bids, and it sold for $84 even. Coming in at number 38 is this 1997 Stadium Club Firebrand Barry Bonds, card number FB3. This was a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $86.40. We're headed back to the early 1990s at number 37, with this 1991 Topps Desert Shield Craig Biggio, card number 565. This was a BGS 9 that received 12 bids, and it also sold for $86.40. Up next at number 36 is this 1997 Bowman's Best Ken Griffey Jr. Refractor, card number 1. This refractor was in a PSA 9 that received 19 bids, and it sold for $98.40. Coming in at number 35 is this 1999 Metal Universe Diamond Soul Ken Griffey Jr., card number 8. This was a PSA 9 that received 17 bids, and it sold for just over $100. Make that 3 straight appearances for the kid at number 34, with this 1995 Stadium Club Ringleaders Ken Griffey Jr., card number 14. This was a PSA 9 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $103.20. Coming in at number 33 is this 1995 Collector's Choice Gold Signature Nolan Ryan, card number 46. This was a PSA 10 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $105.60. Up next at number 32 is this 1993 Donruss Elite Andy Van Slyke, card number 32. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $108. Coming in at number 31 is this 1998 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection Row 1 Fred McGriff, card number 108. Serial numbered out of 100, this row 1 was in a PSA 9 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $126. Make that 4 straight newcomers to the list to kick off the top 30, with this 1995 Upper Deck Steal of a Deal Michael Jordan, card number SD15. This was a BGS 9.5 that received 23 bids, and it sold for $126. Up next at number 29 is this 1990 Baseball Card Boom Replica Cards Bo Jackson, card number 4. This was a PSA 10 that received 12 bids, and it sold for $132. Coming in at number 28 is this 1999 Upper Deck Century Legends Century Collection Frank Thomas, card number 57. Serial numbered out of 100, this was a BGS 8.5 that received 27 bids, and it sold for $156. Make that back-to-back appearances for the Big Hurt at number 27, with this 1997 Finest Frank Thomas Refractor, card number 279. This refractor was in a PSA 10 that received 30 bids, and it sold for $186. Up next at number 26 is this 1998 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection Row 0 Fred McGriff, card number 108. This was a PSA 10 that received 27 bids, and it sold for $192. Make that back-to-back appearances at number 25 with this 1998 Donruss Crusade Purple Fred McGriff, card number 59. Serial numbered out of 100, this was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it also sold for $192. We get one of our weekly regulars at number 24 with this 1993 SP Foil Derek Jeter rookie, card number 279. This rookie was in a SGC8 that received 21 bids, and it sold for just over $200. Coming in at number 23 is this 1997 Bowman Chrome Deion Sanders refractor, card number 51. This refractor was in a PSA 10 that received 43 bids, and it sold for $222. Make that back-to-back newcomers to the list at number 22 with this 1991 Donruss Elite George Brett, card number 2. This was a PSA 9 that received 17 bids, and it also sold for $222. Coming in at number 21 is this 1998 Ultra Ken Griffey Jr. Gold Medallion, card number 473G. This gold medallion was in a PSA 10 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $264. And we welcome another newcomer to the list to kick off the top 20 with this 1998 Skybox EX 2001 Essential Credentials Futures Andres Galarraga, card number 31. Serial numbered out of 70, this parallel was in a PSA 9 that received 29 bids, and it sold for $264. Up next at number 19 is this 1996 Bowman's Best Preview Barry Bonds Atomic Refractor, card number BBP4. This refractor was in a PSA 10 that received 24 bids, and it also sold for $264. Coming in at number 18 is this 1998 Upper Deck Retro Quantum Leap Pudge Rodriguez, card number Q28. This was a PSA 9 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $276. Up next at number 17 is this 1996 SPX Ken Griffey Jr. Auto, card number 55. This was a PSA 8 with a 10 grade for the auto that received 28 bids, and it sold for $288. We welcome another newcomer to the list at number 16 with this 1994 Upper Deck Authenticated Ted Williams Auto, card number 113. This card that was authenticated by PSA, given a 10 grade for the auto, received 25 bids, and it sold for $348. Coming in at number 15 is this 1998 Donruss Elite Status Frank Thomas, card number 2. Serial numbered out of 100, this was a PSA 8 that received 28 bids, and it sold for $360. Up next at number 14 is this 1998 Metal Universe Tony Saunders PMG, card number 107. Serial numbered out of 50, this PMG was in a PSA 7 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $372. Coming in at number 13 is this 1995 Donruss Elite Ken Griffey Jr., card number 54. This was a PSA 10 that received 14 bids, and it sold for $456. Up next at number 12 is this 1998 Flair Showcase Row Zero Frank Thomas, card number 3. Serial numbered out of 250, this Row Zero is in a BGS 9 that received 25 bids, and it sold for $468. And we get another one of our weekly regulars at number 11 with this 1991 Upper Deck Michael Jordan rookie, card number SP1. This Jordan was in a PSA 10 that received 13 bids, and it sold for just over $500. And the big hurts back to kick off the top 10 with this 1999 SP Signature Frank Thomas Auto, card number FT. This was a PSA 10 that received 39 bids, and it sold for $600. Up next at number 9 is this 1998 Donruss Elite Master Craftsman Ken Griffey Jr., card number 1. Serial numbered out of 100, this was a PSA 8 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $600. Make that back-to-back appearances for the kid at number 8 with this 1995 Pinnacle Ken Griffey Jr., card number 128. This was a PSA 10 that received 27 bids, and it also sold for $600 even. We welcome a newcomer to the list at number 7 with this 1997 Bowman Chrome Roy Halladay Rookie International Refractor, card number 212. This rookie refractor was in a PSA 9 that received 24 bids, and it sold for $810. Coming in at number 6 is this 1998 Ultra Barry Bonds Platinum Medallion, card number 50P. Serial numbered out of 100, this Platinum Medallion was in a BGS 5 that received 13 bids, and it sold for $1,230. Alright guys, and as you could tell with card number 50 starting at over $60, this was a solid weekly auction for 1990s baseball cards. With that said, I pulled aside 15 bonus cards to share with you today. We'll start off with this 1999 Finest CC Sabathia rookie, card number 294. This rookie was in a PSA 10 that received 21 bids, and it sold for $57.60. Headed to the junk wax era for the next several bonus cards. We'll start with this 1991 Topps Chipper Jones rookie, card number 333. This was an SGC 10 that received 15 bids, and it sold for $54 even. Up next is this 1991 Upper Deck Final Edition Pedro Martinez rookie, card number 2F. This was a PSA 10 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $44.40. For a bonus card of the kid, we get this 1990 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr., card number 156. This was a PSA 10 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $40.80. For a handful of players that missed the top 50, we'll start with this 1992 Bowman Mariano Rivera rookie, card number 302. This first Bowman was in a PSA 8 that received 8 bids, and it also sold for just over $40. Up next is this 1991 Upper Deck Rickey Henderson Auto, card number 444. This was a PSA DNA authenticated auto that received 8 bids, and it sold for just short of $40. For a few more players that missed the top 50, we'll start with this 1990 Baseball Card Boom Replica Cards Jose Canseco, card number 3. This was a PSA 10 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $33.60. Up next is this 1997 Flair Showcase Hot Gloves Die Cut Greg Maddux, card number 10. This die cut was ungraded but authenticated by NBA, received 10 bids, and sold for $33.60. For our 9th bonus card, I ran across this 1990 Score Frank Thomas rookie, card number 663. This rookie was in a PSA 10 that received 9 bids, and it sold for $31.20. For a Jordan bonus card, we get this 1994 Fleer Pro Cards Michael Jordan, card number 633. This was a PSA 9 that received 10 bids, and it sold for $26.40. For one of our weekly regulars that just happened to miss the top 50 this week, we get this 1993 Topps Derek Jeter rookie, card number 98. This was a PSA 9 that received 4 bids, and it sold for $25.20. Up next is this 1992 Mother's Cookies 7 No-Hitters Angels Nolan Ryan, card number 1. This was a PSA 10 that received 6 bids, and it sold for $24. For our 13th bonus card, I ran across this 1994 Upper Deck Electric Diamond Michael Jordan, card number 19. This card was ungraded but authenticated by NBA, received 9 bids, and sold for $24. Up next is this 1995 Studio Gold Cal Ripken Jr., card number 8. This was a PSA 10 that received 9 bids, and it also sold for $24 even. And for one last bonus card of the kid, we get this 1990 Topps Glossy Rookies Ken Griffey Jr., card number 11. This was a PSA 9 that received 8 bids, and it sold for just short of $20. And kicking off the top 5 of today's list is this 1997 Flair Showcase Legacy Collection Row 1 Ken Griffey Jr., card number 24. Serial numbered out of 100, this row 1 was in a BGS 8.5 that received 23 bids, and it sold for $1,320. Up next at number 4 is this 1999 Skybox Premium Frank Thomas Star Rubies, card number 278. Serial numbered out of 50, this was a PSA 8 that received 36 bids, and it sold for $1,380. Coming in at number 3 is this 1993 Finest Barry Bonds All-Star Refractor, card number 103. This refractor was in a PSA 9 that received 18 bids, and it sold for $1,500. Up next at number 2 is this 1998 Finest the Man Frank Thomas Refractor, card number TM3. Serial numbered out of 75, this refractor was in a PSA 9 that received 36 bids, and it sold for $1,860. And topping off today's list at number 1 is this 1994 Upper Deck Mickey Mantle Auto featuring Ken Griffey Jr. This was a PSA 8 with a 10 grade for the auto that received 56 bids, and it sold for $5,760. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.